Hello, this is Cass. Before we get started, I'd like to shout out our top tier patrons. A big thank you to Nikki, Sean, Ian, Mace, Alan, Penny, Claire, Kit, the Jexberry Guy, Katie. If you would like a shout out and access to our bonus material, you can find us on patreon.com/dandiesindanger. For a one-time shout out, you can also support us on ko-fi.com/dandiesindanger. As always, the best way to help us grow is to tell your friends, subscribe, leave a review, or leave a positive rating wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you all so much for listening, and now, on with the show.
Previously on Dandies in Danger.
Are you going to go back with your family?
I was foolish enough to tell Ollie about most of what happened on that boat, and now he thinks it's very dangerous in London.
Whenever we go back home, I was hoping maybe you could stay for a bit.
Yes.
Yes.
Probably someone who knows what happened should keep an eye on you.
If you could help me come up with a story for Ollie.
Dogs? Zachary comes in with a copy of The Falcon. The headline reads, "Missing persons rescued from horrific hot spring. Holloway Manor is unnamed, Bush is unnamed, all of the involved participants are unnamed."
Damn fool, he shouldn't have written about this at all.
The Falcon could be in trouble.
Keen could be in trouble.
Hi, my name is Eli, my pronouns are he, him, and I play the voice of Zachary Wilkos.
Hello, I'm Cass, my pronouns are she, her, and I voice Liam Bardsley.
Hi, I'm Chess, he, she, they, and I voice Daniel Pritchard.
Hi, I'm Toast, pronoun she, they, and I play Adrian Edwards. Welcome back, everybody. It's interlude time.
Yay.
Yay!
I'm ready.
Congrats for living through Arc 4.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm picking up right where we left off. The same day that Daniel and Zachary received the Falcon, Liam wakes up. He starts his morning stretches. Liam, what sort of morning stretches do you like to do?
He likes to roll his shoulders back. He does a little bit of a toe touch here and there. He stretches out his hamstrings. You have to be very limber in order to be an effective fencer, in order to get good reach. So he keeps those legs nice and stretched out.
Can Liam do the splits?
No, unfortunately not.
Thighs too thick.
I think he's not.
Thighs won't let him touch the ground.
Yeah. That's true. He starts rocking like a boat.
Liam.
Yeah.
As you are touching your toes, as he comes up to straighten up, Liam feels a bit of a tightness in his throat that clearing your throat doesn't seem to fix. As you're trying to figure out what's going on with you, Alan Bates, the valet, walks in.
Good morning, Alan.
Are you all right, sir?
Right, yeah. No worries there. Just I got a little bit winded with my stretches, I think.
That's unusual.
I don't know. Perhaps I slept in a weird position or something.
Well, I thought you might like to have a look at this. And Alan passes over a newspaper you don't regularly get. It's called Patterson's Post. And he has it flipped open to the gossip section. And he passes it over to Liam. And this is what he reads. Readers of Patterson's Post will be very interested in a recent story brought to our offices. Though we consider it indiscreet to use proper names, we have been informed that a prominent banking heir was recently observed fraternizing with his fellow Irish countrymen. The subject of their conversation was that of Catholic Mass. Catholics in London have recently gained more social freedoms thanks to the efforts of Mr. Daniel O'Connell. However, it has been revealed that the group did not simply discuss politics, but spoke as parishioners of the same Catholic Church. The very same evening, our young heir was witnessed cavorting with tradesmen and various house servants. Far more interested, it would seem, in the company of his social inferiors than those of his proper station. Though, we might at least credit him for his acquaintance with the heir of a well-known newspaper dynasty. A young man who, as it happens, was overheard threatening another gentleman with bodily harm that same night. A thrilling evening indeed. Far be it from Patterson's Post to judge a man through hearsay. However, we must raise the question, how many citizens of London would trust such a man, as this story depicts, with their life's earnings? A simple conversation, overheard and perhaps misunderstood, could serve to paint a man's reputation irrevocably. But we consider it our duty to share with our readers information as it is brought to us. One can only hope our young gentlemen will act with more caution in future.
Higgins. Damn you, Higgins.
Yes, as it turns out, Sylvester did in fact take the story about Liam and sold it for some cash.
Wow. Little asshole.
No, like Liam just like wipes his brow. He's like, "Phew, thank God it's not about me."
Yeah, could you imagine? So, wait a minute. This is all the things that happened in the Holloway Manor? Like, he's talking about how he was cavorting with, like, people beneath his station?
Mm-hmm.
And Adrian threatened...
Sylvester himself.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
What a petty little bitch.
He would.
Nobody took his blackmail, so he went off and took it to Patterson's Post.
Alan, where did you get this?
My colleagues brought it to my attention. They, I'm afraid, were quite enwrapped with this little tale.
So no question then about who's going to be able to tell who it is in the paper. London is just chock full of young Irish heirs to banking fortune. If Catherine and Uncle Oscar find out about this, they will tell my parents, and it's only a matter of time then before my father finds out about it.
Well, I believe your uncle, at least, reads a different paper. I can't guarantee about your cousin, but I thought you ought to know.
I don't know what to do. What am I...
It seems this man sold his story. You might have to counter with your own wealth. If I'm not taking too much liberty, sir.
You mean approach Mr. Higgins about it?
Or the paper. Get them to send out a rewrite.
But that could go so poorly then. If I step forward and try to offer them money, perhaps a different perspective. Maybe Adrian could help with his paper. His family?
Alan tries very hard to hide a smile and a laugh.
No, I shall simply have to rise above it, and perhaps think about making some donations elsewhere.
That might do.
I'm not going to approach Mr. Higgins about this.
I think that's wise.
No, I'll figure something out.
Hey, do you want me to kill that guy for you?
Well, that's Liam's morning.
Mm-hmm.
What a great morning.
Yeah.
Zachary and Daniel, we left them reading their own special newspaper. Do you guys want to address that now, or just explain their mental state upon having read Mr. Keen's article?
I would prefer that we weren't necessarily seen, but I also don't want to send anything in writing. Writing can be used against you in court.
Zachary's sitting on the edge of Daniel's bed, sort of biting his thumbnail in thought. He's been very quiet, and he's been kind of looking at the floorboards as if they have an answer, his eyes following each grain of the wood, each line of the wood, as if he was reading from a book. There isn't a way we can approach him without incriminating ourselves. Unless we use... I have those cloaks, but they only hide the face, and we would still be shadowy figures approaching, but we can do it, perhaps at night.
I have an
warn
idea.
him.
Papers typically accept input from anonymous readers. Perhaps we could send a warning that way.
The Falcon does have its offices listed on the paper.
Maybe we could just send something anonymously. I'll write it with my left hand so that no one can recognize my handwriting.
And you think a man who would so proudly attach his name to this article would listen to an anonymous source about a warning?
Probably not.
He seems more concerned about making sure that it becomes public knowledge. That's a man concerned with community, which means he would observe our warning as a threat, I'd imagine.
I think you're right. So you wanted to go at night?
Or very, very, very early in the morning.
And do you think Mr. Keene would be there?
I don't know. But we have to try something. He has to at least know that what he's done is incredibly reckless and dangerous. Or do we just watch a man get dragged off by the church and shrug and say, well, we've done all we can do?
Well, obviously that's not the answer. Fine, we have to go there and find out his schedule. Maybe we can just benignly make an appointment with him.
We'll say that we have a story he should be interested in.
Yes, I write editorials sometimes. A connection with another writer is not too out of the question. I don't think too many people would bat an eye at that.
Fine. The hours are on the paper. Get dressed. We'll leave soon.
Fine.
Are you guys donning your robes as well, or are you just going out?
Just going out with our faces showing and everything, because that would be weird in broad daylight.
All right, the Falcon's address takes you close to Fleet Street. You discover that it is one small office within a larger building.
Isn't there a barber shop around here?
Mr. Todd's?
Yeah.
Yes, I haven't been yet.
Neither have I. Anyway.
You head up a couple flights of stairs. You find that the Falcon's office door is closed, but as you knock to say hello, see if anyone's in, an older woman comes out. She sticks her head out from a door to see who the hell you guys are.
Hello, fans of the Falcon. We were wondering if we could make an appointment with Mr. Keene?
You're here for Mr. Keene, then?
Yes.
Well, if you see him, you let me know. He owes me a few months of back rent. Got his offices here and everything. I can leave a note for you if you want, but no Mr. Keene.
Does he never come in?
I never know when I see him.
Do you know how we could get in contact with him?
Leave a note and I'll leave it on his desk for him.
He tugs Daniel's sleeve and makes a quiet shake of his head like, no.
I wouldn't happen to have his address, would you?
That's the only address I know of.
Right. Thank you very much. I think we'll decline on the note.
All right. Suit yourself. Can I
You
roll for her?
something. Sure, what are you rolling?
She's looking him up and down.
Well,
A moderate success. As she's looking you over, she's a little bit taller than Zachary even, and she's given you a sort of a once-over, then looks over at Daniel, and you can tell that she's just sort of like looking at the size and shape of the two of you. You don't have any calling cards or anything? You can leave one of those here.
No.
None that I wish to give. Zachary doesn't mind being rude and just starts walking away.
Forgot them at home. Thank you very much.
she eyes you as you walk away, and then she just closes her door.
Oh, that was a bust. If we said that back then.
Zachary is chewing his lip in thought. Well, smart of him then. At least he's got a backup plan.
Do we want to cover anything that Adrian and Liam have been up to since Holloway Manor?
Well, I know Liam would want to take the newspaper article that he found over to Adrian's house. He would want to talk with him about that.
Then does he come over to Adrian's door?
Mm-hmm.
Does he knock on the door?
He does.
All right, Ollie lets you in. He says, "Oh, good morning, Mr. Bardsley. I'm afraid Mr. Edwards isn't down yet."
No worries there, Mr. Reed. I don't mind waiting. Do you mind letting him know that I'm here?
Certainly. Let's Liam in. He runs upstairs to be like, "Oh my god, Mr. Bardsley here. You gotta get up." Very hurriedly, Adrian gets dressed. He's sent downstairs in a half-disheveled state, but he says, Liam, good morning. Did you forget something?
No, I thought you ought to have a look at this and perhaps we ought to talk about it in case there's anything we can do." And he reveals his copy of Patterson's Post.
Adrian reels back in disgust and he says, "What are you doing with Patterson's Post?"
Oh, someone has some opinions.
I don't have a subscription to this one, obviously. It's something that
Really?
Alan brought to me. Naturally.
Your valet reads this.
No, some of his colleagues brought it to him, and it's not important. Look at what it says here in the gossip column.
Adrian takes it dubiously and he reads over. He does flush a little bit, but then he says, "Oh, this is rubbish. Gossip rag rubbish."
Exactly. And your family wouldn't read anything like that, would they? If
Patterson's Post is not allowed past our threshold.
Then you don't think you'll face any consequences from this?
As long as my brother or his friends don't catch wind of it, I might not. I do worry someone might tell my father.
Perhaps we could drown it out somehow with different news, specifically about the two of us, or no,
Adrian raises his eyebrows.
Making donations, charitable donations, and that sort of thing. If we make, certain donations, and I'm sure it would assuage certain readers if I was donating to Anglican churches, but
Yes, if we appear as respectable young gentlemen.
precisely
perhaps
what I was thinking.
We may need to be seen at a few parties. The kind I hate.
You would come along as well?
Well, I seem to have dirtied your reputation with my actions, so I ought to make up for it in some way.
Perhaps so. Liam brandishes his arm a little bit that had been bitten by the dog.
How's that healing?
I had to miss a few important meetings, unfortunately, so I really ought to be getting back to focusing on some of the bank matters.
Is your wrist all right, though?
You've done a wonderful job, actually.
Yes? Are you sure the stitches didn't become infected?
Not in the slightest. I've been changing it out just as you recommended.
All right, very
My
good.
good doctor.
Oh, my good doctor. Oh.
Another day or two passes since everyone's newspaper incidents. And then, as has started to become customary, the rest of the lads, Liam, Daniel, Zachary, receive an invitation to meet at Adrian's home. You are being invited for a bit of a morning tea time.
All right, which do you think it is? Necklace or ring this time? I will bet you 10. No, I'll bet you 2 quid that he's been possessed by earrings.
What if he genuinely enjoys our company? All right, Joker.
Oh,
Mr. Jester Man.
you're serious?
Yes.
I think he enjoys our company. I just also think he really appreciates his solitude.
And is often possessed.
And is often possessed.
Yeah,
Which is
well,
interesting. You know, I've never met anybody who is as open as me. And yet he can't see things without an angel feather.
it's the depression.
Oh, and you're an expert. You know this.
He shrugs. No, but
No, but what?
I mean, whenever the chance to be someone else comes up, he always surrenders himself. Adrian doesn't like being himself. Anyway, that may be a bit too deep for morning tea. I'm going to go,
Going to go what?
to his morning tea.
Yes.
Are you coming?
Yes, I'm coming.
Wait, when is it?
It's
The morning?
Today?
Yeah.
I get up
Oh, shit, I gotta
after
get dressed.
morning, so...
Okay, fine. It's the next day.
Okay, then I have to wake up early tomorrow.
Oh, Daniel. Daniel, no! Don't worry, Daniel. Your sacrifice will not be in vain.
No, we'll find out what he's possessed by this time.
Like I said, I bet it's earrings.
Smash cut, next morning. You meet Liam on the doorstep.
Liam,
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
you look rather nice today.
Oh, thank you. I'm rather fond of this jacket. Does it look all right?
Yes, it looks more than all right. Do we know what Adrian is possessed by this time?
Well, now, I'm sure he just wants to have a bit of a chat. We haven't really had a moment to all of us convene together after everything that happened at the manor, so I think it was very good of him to take this opportunity to bring us all together, and we can just have a nice chat about it without having to worry about anything.
It's something you gifted him, isn't it?
What?
Would you... Zachary, it's a bit early for accusations, I think.
I just want to get ahead of the game.
There's no game. Let's just go see our friend.
Could be fun.
Let's go see our friend.
Y'all gonna knock on the door?
Yes, I am. Knock, knock.
Mr. Reed opens the door and he says, "Oh, good morning, gentlemen. Please come in."
Thank you,
Good
sir.
morning, Mr. Reed.
He leads you to the parlour, he shows you in, and he says, "Excuse me, Mr. Edwards will be down shortly. Let me fetch you a pot of tea."
Oh, sure. Thank you very much. Is Mr. Edwards wearing anything unusual or unique today?
Zachary, that's enough.
Never mind, sir.
His usual fare, I believe. Make yourselves comfortable. I will return shortly.
I wonder if it's new cufflinks.
Would you drop it, please?
Are you just jealous, Zachary? Are you hoping to come by a few cursed hunted items of your own?
Daniel shakes his head.
No, I don't know. I've kind of been more in the spirit ever since the manor. I mean, we're actually quite good at this, aren't we?
Well...
And I've been looking up new spells. I've been researching more as much as I can.
I should hate to be humbled.
What?
Yes, you should.
I should hate to... This is a very dangerous thing. You know,
Yes.
I should hate to be humbled.
Yes,
by
am I
saying,
not the one constantly warning you three about how dangerous it is?
But now you say, oh, we're quite good at this thing, aren't we?
Well, good lord, we've survived it many times over.
I haven't died yet. One of us did.
Well, not really.
Lower your voices, gentlemen.
Right.
One of us did.
Well, not really.
But only because we knew some angels.
Oh, there you are.
What?
Well, he didn't die, and it's because we had some help, and it's... Well, angels are on our side. And maybe like a demon or two.
I'm so tired of you already.
I'm just saying.
Where's our friend Adrian?
He's probably getting his haunted cufflinks on right now.
I'm so tired of you.
The door opens. Mr. Reed returns with a tray. He has some cups for your tea, and he has a nice pot. There's sugar, there's milk, all the tea fare you would need.
The tea is so good.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Pritchard.
Oh, I didn't know you heard, Mr. Reed.
I have wonderful hearing.
No, cool.
Ollie sits down on the tray on the table, and as he goes towards the door, he closes it turns around and then looks at the three of you.
Zachary looks from Liam to Daniel and he says, "This is the part where he's going to be telling us that Adrian has been acting a bit odd lately." He kind of adjusts himself in his seat and looks.
Gentlemen, I apologize for this impropriety, but I would speak with you while Mr. Edwards is absent. He looks around to make sure you're all amenable.
Zachary nods almost too eagerly.
Daniel puts his hand over his face.
Ollie
at
frowns.
Zachary.
I have concerns about Mr. Edwards' recent recreations.
Interesting. Have you noticed anything odd recently?
As you mention it, Mr. Edwards did explain to me the events which occurred upon the HMS Halberd. I confess I took those as laudanum-induced ravings, and suggested he retire to his family's country home for a spell. He may have spoken of it.
Yes.
Yes, I do remember that.
I'm afraid that was quite a misstep on my part, as he has been much less forthcoming about his outings since then. I know it is not necessarily my place to question my employer's activities, but I do have a duty to the boy's parents. And they might like to know that their son was recently set upon by a pack of wild dogs, as I hear it.
That's right. It was...
Yes, Mr. Bardsley, you experienced this as well.
That's right. We were just leaving the hot spring when the bandits, and he looks over at Zachary
And Zachary
Daniel.
does not look at him.
The bandits and their trained dogs set upon us, which is how I hurt my arm in the first place.
Dreadful business.
That's right. It was a frightful
And you,
thing to
Mr.
happen.
Wilcox and Mr. Pritchard, were you witness to this? Were you present for the wild dogs and bandits?
Yes, it was terrifying. That's how I hurt my leg. Look at this. He pulls it up a little. Dog bite.
Gentlemen, I would beg your candor about yours and Mr. Edwards' recent activities. I consider you all respectable gentlemen, and I have noted a general improvement in Mr. Edwards' humours since you've made each other's acquaintance. I have also noticed how frequently he has come home dishevelled and skittish, perhaps these past few months.
How strange. Well, he's a bit of a skittish man as it is.
I am only concerned because, well, Mr. Edwards has not previously kept much from me, but recently he's become much more tight-lipped, and, as I said, I have a duty to care for the young man and ensure his safety.
Of course. And you probably take that duty very seriously.
Yes, I do.
We care about Adrian's safety as well. That's why I've been training him with the fencing, and we were speaking of it recently, and we mean to take that back up again and make sure that, if accidents were to happen again in the future, he would be prepared and capable of defending himself.
Zachary starts making himself some tea.
Do you anticipate encountering many more accidents like this, Mr. Bardsley?
Oh, no. Really, the fencing's just for a bit of fun.
You see, I'm quite concerned that perhaps Mr. Edwards has started seeking out a new and more nefarious pastime. I know it's common for young men to seek out thrills and excitement. I myself have entered many a fighting ring in my youth. But you might understand my concern in regards to Mr. Edwards in that regard.
What exactly are you accusing us of, sir? He's currently not looking at him. He's stirring sugar into his tea.
I don't presume to accuse you of anything. I am merely concerned that either Mr. Edwards is drawing you gentlemen into darker pastimes, shall we say, or that he is in fact using your friendship as a cover and has not been out with you in recent times.
And have you voiced these concerns to him?
As I said when I mentioned perhaps taking a sojourn to his country home, that rather sent him in the wrong direction, I'm afraid.
Yes, but have you expressed your concern? Or did you simply dismiss him and think him crazy?
No, I would never call my employer crazy.
Perhaps not out loud.
I know that he's a very delicate person.
Oh, he's not quite so delicate as you think.
Well, yes, I know he can also be very rude.
His constitution is not so delicate, I should say. Good sir, and I don't mean to be rude, but...
Certainly.
I should think that this issue, more or less, is between you and your master. I'm afraid there's no new information or relevant information that three of us can give you.
I'm sure he wishes to know what Adrian has been up to, And of course...
And that is between him and Adrian. And
I
whom
have
Adrian
attempted to
trusts.
speak with him about these things, but...
But have you told him that you are concerned?
As much as my station allows.
I think you should tell him a bit more than your station allows in that case.
Oh, he's a young man. We all are. We go around and sometimes we get roughed up a bit.
So you are gallivanting, you're partaking in fights?
You're
No.
not helping, Daniel.
No, not necessarily. But, attending a horse race and things like that.
A horse race?
When they race the horses. It's good fun. But sometimes it can get a little rowdy. Some of the crowds will trample on you. They've been drinking too much. Not us, of course. We are
This
upstanding
seems
gentlemen.
very unlike Mr. Edwards, I'm afraid, to imagine him in rowdy crowds.
Well, he's been trying some new things lately.
Ollie raises his eyebrows.
You've noticed changes in him?
Well, yes, I have.
Mr. Reed, you and I have been acquainted for a couple of years now at least. I hope you would understand that I would hold Adrian's safety with the utmost importance.
I do understand that.
We are not. Adrian has been with us, and we have not been engaging in anything unsavory or anything that would damage his reputation.
Mr. Reed, may I ask a personal question?
Yes, since I am intruding upon your own privacy.
How long have you known Mr. Edwards?
Since he was a young boy.
And
Since I was young.
I see. Somewhat of a brother to him in that way, aren't you?
Whoa.
I'm sure he wants to trust you. But you know how Adrian was. The moment you would tell him something, he would back away if he thought you were disregarding him in any sense.
That's not untrue.
Try again. I implore you. Ask him, and let him know that you are truly concerned from one person to another, regardless of your stations. He cares a great deal about you if he keeps you this close, has you serve him in the house, and hasn't shut you out. There's no explanation we could give that would satisfy you, sir.
And why is that?
Well, because we are not your master, number one, and number two, you are protective of him. But a man is going to live his life.
All right, then I have to level with you.
Oh, finally. He puts down the cup.
I am concerned for Mr. Edwards, yes. And I will attempt to speak with him more candidly. I have tried. But I am employed by his parents, and I do have a duty to report to them if he's showing up home bloodied and bruised. But I'm not likely to keep my job as valet if I have been unable to protect their eldest son from being torn to shreds. I was hoping to glean a little information from you gentlemen before I had to take this step.
What step? Are you retiring?
Speaking to his parents.
Ah.
I know that Mr. Edwards and I don't always toe the line as far as our working relationship ought to go, but I do owe that sort of behavior to his parents. I beg only the truth from you gentlemen.
Daniel kind of raises his eyebrows and looks away.
Well, the truth from us is that we have been involved in nothing untoward. Horse races, outings every now and then, things we have to drag Adrian to in order to be sociable. There was a terrible incident, an accident in which some dogs were involved.
Might I ask why I was tasked with purchasing a large amount of olive oil last month?
We really had a hankering for Italian. You should ask Liam, he thinks it's quite continental.
Mr. Bardsley.
Very.
Who prepared this Italian food?
I did.
Mr. Pritchard.
Yes.
He's been to Italy.
Yes, I have. Florence and Milan.
Wow. Having not been there, Ollie just nods like, wow, okay.
And you know, Daniel and I are of a lower station than Mr. Bardsley and Mr. Edwards, so when they get a hankering for something, we are more than happy to accommodate.
Liam squints at Zachary, but doesn't say anything.
A friendship of convenience.
No, we genuinely enjoy their company.
Oh yes, we very much genuinely enjoy their company.
Forgive me. I don't mean to presume.
I think you've done a lot of presuming on this day, don't you?
Zachary.
I'm concerned for Mr. Edwards' safety.
So you have said. But I'm wondering, are you concerned because it relates to your job, or are you truly concerned for Adrian?
Both. If I'm going to be honest with you, I would like to keep my job. I would like to make sure the young man isn't torn to shreds.
Well, then here's a riddle for you. How does one serve two masters at the same time?
Ollie stiffens up. He has a mustache, and he kind of bristles his mustache. I suppose one cannot.
What if we could give you some sort of proofs that Adrian is capable of protecting himself?
What exactly would that be?
Call Adrian down, and I can show you the work that we've been doing with our fencing.
Oh yes, actually, I haven't seen any of that, and I would really like to see that.
I could do for a show.
And then you wouldn't have to report to his parents, because you would have the evidence that Adrian is becoming more and more capable of,
Now, Mr. Bardsley, I did believe you were teaching him fencing in an attempt to get him to exercise and socialize. But you do seem to believe...
Well, after the dogs, how could I not? You never know now, with these dogs.
Yes, it's quite an epidemic.
Of wild dogs in London.
Yes, 30 or 50 of them.
Zachary sharply elbows Daniel in the side. I know you're good with words, but that doesn't mean you have to use them all the time.
Shut up.
Mr. Reed, it's very clear that we share a common interest, which is to keep Adrian safe. And what better way to show you that he'll be safe than with a little demonstration?
Now, Mr. Bardsley, I think we both know Mr. Edwards well enough that he is not going to want to fence as soon as he rolls out of bed.
We'll schedule one for another day.
No, I don't think I'll need a demonstration.
I see your faith is very strong in these two. That's very good.
I'm sorry, he's just staring at you.
Well, this was productive.
All right, very well. I will let Mr. Edwards know you're here.
Let Mr. Edwards know we're here. Wasn't he expecting us?
Forgive me, this was a little scheme of my own, I'm afraid. I wished
I see.
to speak with you personally.
Oh, no wonder it was taking so long, so he didn't know we were here. In fact,
No, he's
when you said
asleep.
rolled out of bed, it sort of keyed me into the fact that he's perhaps unconscious upstairs right now.
Yes, he's never up at this time.
No, of course not.
Neither am I.
I could tell. Forgive me, sir.
Zachary smiles. Huh.
Well, Mr. Reed, what would it do? What would it take to convince you that Adrian is all right?
Companions who might tell me the truth if he would not. But I won't press you any further. It's not my position. I will simply go fetch Mr. Edwards, and you can have your tea.
Thank you, sir.
Ollie does a little bow, and he leaves to go get Adrian.
Well, this isn't good. He doesn't trust us a drop.
Truly, this is more fascinating than I could have hoped for.
You're feral.
Maybe.
Zachary, the Slua weren't exactly an unnoticed event. What do you think we might say that might be something close to the truth, perhaps, to Mr. Reed? Everyone saw the Slua, and so it's not everyone's heard of the church. It's not exactly like this is completely unknown. Perhaps he could be an ally to us.
That's not a bad idea. And it would explain why we are hesitant to tell the truth.
In all honesty, I was trying to come up with an idea to key him into the fact that a lot has been happening around London. But it just bothers me that somebody who's so close to Adrian is going behind his back to do this. And I know for a fact that this man very much cares about Adrian's well-being. But in that case, he needs to tell Adrian and Adrian needs to tell him. Perhaps we should talk to Adrian about it.
Perhaps so. I would imagine that Adrian might keep some of this secret to protect some of the more sensitive information. He might not realise that it's all right to share this.
Well, regardless, we shall have to tell him about Mr. Reed's little scheme, pantomime he just pulled. I do applaud him. I thought it quite fascinating, and it was much more interesting than Adrian's possession. I do like when the little man rises up every now and then with a good scheme.
Enter Adrian, looking dishevelled once again, aghast, like, hello?
Oh,
Adrian.
good morning, Adrian. Mr.
What?
Edwards, thank you so much for inviting us to tea. Sit down. No need to be so formal with us. You're in your nicest banyan, I see.
Well, did I send something out?
Oh, yes.
Have I lost a few days? Was I possessed again?
No, Adrian, this was the machinations of Mr. Reed, as it turns out. He has brought us all here to ask us a few questions.
Sorry?
Sit down. I'll pour you some tea. We'll figure it out.
All right. He comes and sits down. What time is it?
Too early.
They start filling Adrian in on everything Mr. Reed had said.
Oh, God, well, no, I haven't been telling him. He'll pack me off to my parents' home.
Yes, that's understandable.
He might pack you up off to your parents' home if we don't tell him anything. That's
Oh,
what he
God.
was intimating to us.
Adrian's teacup starts trembling in his hand.
No, Liam puts his hand on Adrian's arm and says, no, we'll figure out a way so that you don't have to go back home, no matter what happens.
Well, should I sort it out with him? Should I just speak with him?
Well,
presumably. But what are you going to say?
I don't know. I have quite a lot of trouble figuring out just that.
Well, then I think we should all be present when you talk.
All right, okay. Last time I was alone with someone, I did spill all of the beans.
He nods.
And then we had to pay them £20. Perhaps more. Well, should I call him now?
Let's determine what exactly it is that Adrian ought to say. Like, how much are we going to reveal to Mr. Reed here? That we've been caught up in supernatural events?
I mean, that is the full truth.
How loudly are we talking? He mentioned he has superb hearing.
Well, he's gone off to the kitchen again, I think.
You think?
Well, I don't keep a leash on him.
Whatever you get up to in your spare time is none of my business.
Daniel.
Adrian blushes. Just the thought, my God.
So we can tell Mr. Reed that the four of us have been caught up somewhat unintentionally in rather dramatic supernatural events.
The problem is he might find London then altogether too dangerous and ship him back to his parents. Where do your parents live again?
The country?
All right.
I haven't specified.
It's fine. I don't know anything outside of London.
It's true, he doesn't.
Well, no, because I suppose what we could say is that there's supernatural events everywhere. No. What if we suggested to him...
Could we say it was ghost dogs? Sorry, not helpful.
Ghost dogs.
As opposed to wild dogs.
He's going to think we're all crazy.
Not necessarily. I mean, the slewer happened over London how many months ago?
Not that
Almost
long.
everyone saw it.
And what I was going to say is, and it's not a lie, we could say that Zachary, as a former employee of the church, is better positioned to keep Adrian safe in the city than if he were to leave the city where there's still ghosts.
That's true.
There's still spectres and ghouls out there outside of the city, monsters and demons and whatnot. But he would not have the advantage of having an expert to protect him. And in truth, Zachary, you did save Adrian from the dog that was trying to drag him down the stairs.
You did?
He shivers, remembering. Yes. Did not like that thing had attacked you.
I didn't either.
So then we're settled.
What are we saying?
That we've been caught up in supernatural events by happenstance. We
All
may
right.
not face another one for who knows how long, maybe never.
Do you think that was the last bit? That we're just retired now?
Could be.
Retired? Do you think this is a job?
I'd love to get paid for this.
Are we ghost hunters by trade now?
There may be a coming market for it. You remember that Mr. Grimm? He certainly makes money out of this sort of thing.
Do you think he crosses his legs? Now, how much money do you think we would make out of this?
Well, what was he charging for his flim-flam?
Now, this is ridiculous. We have to get back to the point of what we're
yes.
going to tell
I think
Mr. Reed.
if we can give him a little bit, explain that the supernatural is happening. Perhaps he is just upset I haven't been explaining myself recently.
Yes, he seems hurt that you aren't speaking with him anymore.
Well,
Just let him in.
well, I thought I wasn't supposed to tell anyone.
It's all right, Adrian. Nobody's blaming you.
What?
No one's angry. It's okay.
Adrian's fanning his face. I thought we were supposed to keep it all a secret.
Adrian, you did the right thing.
Well, good. All right. Oh, good.
Uh-huh.
Good.
You did good. Thank you.
Oh, he squints his eyes. Right. You're welcome.
Of course. But now perhaps the best move is to just be honest with somebody who's practically your brother.
Adrian blushes again, but then he heaves like a huge sigh of relief, like, oh, all right, yes, I would prefer that, honestly. It was a great relief to tell him about the boat, but then I don't blame him for not believing that one.
If he's more like your brother, please disregard the leash comment I had earlier.
Thank you. I will.
I'm absolved.
You are far from that.
Well, shall I call him in?
If you're ready.
Zachary picks up his
I think
tea.
so.
Did Ollie bring in any snacks as well?
Sure, there can be a little bowl of snacks.
He picks up that bowl specifically and puts it in his lap ready for a show.
Great. All right.
I don't know, every single new adventure, Zachary gets a little bit more confidence, and I'm like, who is this diva that is coming out of him?
Adrian rings a little bell, the kind that they got, and Ollie returns. He opens the door and he pokes his head in and he says, Yes, sir. And Adrian says, Mr. Reed, come in, please, would you? We've discussed a few things and would like to be more candid with you, as I hear you've requested. Ollie nods and he enters the room, closing the door behind himself quietly, and he says, all right, sir. Adrian looks nervously over at Liam, not sure how to start.
Mr. Reed, do you remember a few months ago the presence of the slua flying over London?
Yes, some people were calling them banshees.
An inaccurate classification, I'm afraid.
Oh, all right.
But
Not that we know very much about it.
no, it's all right. It's all right, Daniel. We do actually know a little bit more about it than the common man here in London might. More specifically, our good friend, Mr. Wilkos, is something of an expert in these matters. And, well, Adrian, why don't you tell him?
Yes. We've been encountering ghosts on the London streets.
It is, in fact, how we met.
Yes, actually it is. Mr. Wilkos picked up a sort of infernal watch.
No, you
Oh,
picked
yes.
up a sort of infernal
right, I
watch.
picked it up and I gave it to you.
Right. You sold it to me. I was desperate to have it away from your possession because I knew it was being haunted.
Yes. And Mr. Wilkos here was able to point out the danger that was present. And so he is like a supernatural bodyguard.
Because of his job at the church.
Yes.
Former
Yes.
job at
Former
the church.
job.
And the church, as you know, has made itself public and positioned themselves as authorities on this subject. And I can also guarantee from our own personal experience that Mr. Wilkos has done well in guiding us out of dangers that we have found ourselves in, through no fault of our own, I might add, but which have been thrust upon us. And if it weren't for Mr. Wilkos, and also for the cleverness of Mr. Pritchard and his persistence as well, we've been able to survive these encounters. And now, it's not just that these encounters happen in London itself, they happen everywhere, Mr. Reed, as Mr. Wilkos has informed us. But specifically, the four of us together, we've been able to make do. And I think if any one of us were to be sent away, far away from the others, it would greatly reduce all of our chances.
It isn't often that such a holy duty is thrust upon you.
Ollie just kind of looks at Daniel dubiously and does not take that one to heart. Okay. But Ollie nods and he says to Adrian, "Sir, might I sit?" And Adrian says, "Oh, yeah, of course. Ollie sits down, he interlaces his fingers and he seems to be taking in everything, and he's nodding slowly. And you get this idea that he's thinking over the slua and perhaps other private thoughts.
Mr. Reed, may I ask, do you believe in ghosts?
That's quite the question, sir. Well, in this day and age, with those creatures flying above London, it's somewhat hard to deny, though I admit I did try to put such things from my mind.
Put them from your mind? Then this is something you've thought about before, ghosts and whatnot.
Well, everyone does at some point. Everyone has some sort of encounter that doesn't leave their mind.
Have you had an encounter?
It's not something I have been eager to share, but you say Mr. Wilkos is an expert in these things.
Yes, he is.
When I was a young man, walking home from the pub one evening after a somewhat raucous night, I walked upon the lane. I was certain that I felt someone push themselves against my shoulder, but as I turned there was no one there. So I continued home, but this presence persisted past houses and houses, until finally I was frightened out of my wits and I ran home.
Where was this? Was this within London?
Not far from the city borders.
Well then, there's the proof of it. This has been going on for much longer than the last few months, and that's why Adrian is much safer in the presence of an expert.
Ollie's chewing on his mustache again, thoughtfully. You four have genuinely been facing the supernatural. The events of the HMS Halberd were, in fact, genuine.
Yes. It's what's known as a demon's nest.
A demon's nest.
A demon's nest, sir.
Adrian's like, I tried to explain. I told you there were a lot of rats and they were very gross and they were all coagulating. And Ollie sort of raises his hand like, yes, I understand.
The HMS was inhabited by something that the church themselves didn't notice until it was too late. It had been contained within a barrel containing the corpse of a man and many rats. That spirit festered and it created a spiritual pocket that trapped the four of us inside of, repeating time over and over again until we finally managed to escape.
Good God. I mean, Mr. Edwards did recount those things to me, but it was beyond the pale.
It was. Of course, I couldn't blame any man for not believing such a story.
I regret it, nonetheless.
Adrian, by the way, for his part, was quite brave during all that.
Ollie squints. Really? He told me he was mostly trapped in the doctor's office.
No. Several times he treated many people. You see, we were stuck in the bodies fulfilling certain roles and duties that we would have if we were on the ship, taking over the lives of other men. Mr. Edwards was filling the role as the ship's doctor. He still has some of that medical knowledge, in fact.
Yes, that's how I stitched up Liam. Wait, I stitched up Liam, by the way. That's where my spare thread went.
He did a splendid job. I should also add that not only do we intend to protect Adrian, but Adrian has also been responsible for helping us and keeping us safe. We have much to thank him for.
And do you have anyone else to help you when you face these things?
Anyone else?
Well, we have made the acquaintance of a few angels. I know. He says, holding up his hand.
Oh, so are we telling the entire story now?
Yes, I thought we were only doing ghosts.
My goodness. It's not that big.
You're a peculiar man, Mr. Wilcox.
Well, I should imagine these things are... Never mind, he says, running his hand through his hair. What I mean to say is, there are good forces and there are bad forces. We have aligned ourselves with the good ones.
Then I must ask about this church. It claims to be protecting the citizens of London, but you said there was a demon's nest on that boat that they were unable to discover until the four of you were trapped in some sort of hellish limbo?
Well, this isn't an exact science yet. I'm sure there was just a mistake. But Zachary kind of looks off as if, yeah, why didn't they catch that? Huh.
I can tell you, if I went to Mr. Edwards' parents about this, I believe I would lose my job. And so, I think this can happily stay between us, gentlemen. But if you're going to be out there on the streets fighting God knows what sort of ghouls, I would like to offer my services if possible.
Zachary looks from Daniel to Liam.
Your services? What would that entail?
Ollie sort of looks at his knuckles appraisingly and he's like, I'm not bad in a fight.
You said you used to box.
Yes. I could teach you young gentlemen how to stay on your feet.
I could do to brush up on my boxing.
I wouldn't mind learning a thing or two from you, Mr. Reed. It would be nice whenever I don't have a weapon at hand.
Whenever wild dogs have set upon you.
They were ghost dogs.
Ah.
Well, they were ghost dogs, trapped within their original bodies, which, Zachary, does that mean if they're possessing themselves, does that still count as a possession?
I'm afraid so, Liam.
I think it's zombie.
They're not quite zombie, they were taxidermied. It was
yes, they didn't have any of their inside organs.
It was just their skin, a lot of wire, and cotton stuffing. It was a spiritual possession of an inanimate object.
Fascinating, says Ollie.
After all, the skin just becomes detritus once it's been removed from the body, tanned formaldehyde, and had all sorts of treatments done to it. It's really rather a thing that hangs around us, and the only really composition of life that is given to it is the blood.
Yes.
Sorry.
Ollie's nodding along, just very like, oh yes, that makes a lot of sense. It's good points. Yes, if I'm going to continue to fulfill my role as valet, I feel I ought to assist you gentlemen.
We would be most glad for your help, Mr. Reed.
Most glad indeed.
We could certainly compensate you for any extra time you spend training us.
They could compensate you.
Yes, have no worries, Mr. Pritchard. I know exactly who to be extracting this expense from.
Then it's settled. You won't be telling Mr. and Mrs. Edwards?
No, I think not.
Right.
I should apologize, gentlemen. It was not my place to corner you and question you. And I should apologize to Mr. Edwards. I should have tried to speak to you more. And Adrian says, no, I'm sorry. I should have told you the truth. I didn't know what was going to get me in trouble, and I was trying to be discreet. Well, you were that.
Well, I think this has been one of the most interesting teas I've ever attended.
Yes, would you like a fresh pot?
Yes, please, very much so. And could you get me more of whatever these were? He says, putting the empty bowl down, having eaten everything.
Could I have 50 more of these little bitches?
Yeah.
Ollie nods, he gets up, he takes the tea, bows once more to everyone, and he says, "Thank you, gentlemen. I know this was quite unusual, but I am indebted to you."
Zachary, we haven't had the chance to speak about this since the manor, but how's your shoulder doing? Is it recovering nicely?
It's sore a bit, but it's actually fine. I don't think anything real and lasting happened while we were there. Actually, my body's been a little worn out because mostly I've been practicing.
Liked what you heard? Let us know by using hashtag #DandiesInDanger over on our Twitter, Insta, Tumblr, and TikTok in the listed links below. We'd love to hear any and all comments, questions, and theories as to where the story might be headed. Want to support us and our lads' adventures more directly? Then please consider clicking on the link and becoming a patron today. For just $1, you can gain access to our longer, uncensored outtakes and blooper reels. For $5, you can have access to exclusive stickers, in-world letters written by and for the lads, poetry by Adrian and Daniel, and original music from the show composed and scored by Chess Albanese. Can't afford to support directly? No problem. Podcasts survive by word of mouth, so if you like what you heard, tell your friends, family, and local graveyard ghosts all about these exciting tales. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Dandies in Danger is written and voiced by Elijah Bergateres as Zachary Wilkos, Cass as Liam Bardsley, Chess Albanese as Daniel Pritchard, and Toast as Adrian Edwards. It is edited by Toast. Original score and music composed by Chess Albanese. It is produced by Dandies team, and made possible by listeners like you.